What is up, y'all? It is time for my September anti-haul, which actually you guys are going to be seeing my anti-haul and new makeup drops or the bops or flops separately because I'm pre-filming right now to go on to my cruise, which, y'all, I feel like I've said that in the past, like, 8 videos that I've filmed. You know what's so crazy? I'm so proud of myself, y'all, because I feel like it's so hard to, like, stay consistent, and I'm like, obviously, I'm trying to. Do you know what I mean? I know that I had said for a while there that I'm, like, going to do daily uploads, but then I was like, you know what? Maybe that's not going to work out for me just because there's just not enough things that I want to talk about to do daily uploads. I feel like every now and then, sure, there is, but not like forever. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, I was like, damn, I'm going to be gone for 8 days. Well, I guess really like 9 because, like, y'all, literally, I come back on like the 21st, 22nd, whatever, and I'm going directly to the Nicki Minaj concert, like directly to the Nicki Minaj concert. So I'm like, I'm not going to have any type of like time to do anything. Technically, I'm going to be gone like 9 days. I guess really like 10 days. Oh my gosh, now that I'm like thinking about it. So I'm like, I have to pre film, and I'm like, damn, y'all, I filmed so many videos today because I was like, I got to pre film these, I got to edit them. So I'm going to be doing my new makeup drops or the bops or flops separately. Typically, I film them back to back. However, going through the list of like new makeup that's coming out, there's just not enough for that list yet. But for my anti-haul, low-key, there was a lot. Also, too, in October, well, you know what's so crazy? I wanted to do this in September. I don't know if I'm just like living under a rock or like what's going on here. I wanted to do a full video of Halloween makeup collections. And I'm like, what's going on here? Like, we're already in like September 12th now. And I'm just a little bit confused that there's really not too many Halloween makeup collections. But then I am seeing holiday makeup collections already, which I'm like, that's in December. So like, it's so crazy. I've only seen like 2 or 3, and I was like, damn, I wanted to do a full video of just talking about all the new collections that are coming out. And I'm like, I don't know if you guys remember, but I was gonna say Kylie Cyrus. I literally was gonna say Kylie Cyrus. I'm not exaggerating. Kylie Cosmetics had came out with a badass Freddy Krueger collection before. Glamlight is obviously known for all their Halloween collections, and I'm like, I'm not really seeing anything new, so I'm a little bit confused. Maybe they're gonna wait a little bit. I don't know. If you guys have seen anything, let me know down below. Anyways, today's video is my September anti-haul, so let's just go ahead and jump right on into it, y'all. That way I don't take too long rambling like I normally do. Oh, also, by the way, y'all, I got the new Patrick Ta. Well, I ordered. I don't have it with me. I ordered the new Patrick Ta foundation, and I ordered the new Makeup by Mario setting powder. Shout out to my boo Lily because she did hook me up with a gift card. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna splurge a little bit because my sister got a 20% off coupon. So I was like, oh yeah, let me add to that order and then use my gift card. You know what I mean? So thank you so much, Lily. I really appreciate that, and I do hope it's starting to cool down now. So by the time I get that, and by the time I get back from my little trip, I'm like, oh, maybe it'll cool down enough for me to do like a 2-in-1 review. That way I don't have to do 2 separate reviews. I want to try them at the same time. So keep your guys' eyes open out for that, because I am seeing mixed reviews about this Patrick Ta foundation, which at first, when I first talked about that foundation, I was like, oh, that is meant for me. It seems very hydrating. And recently, I'm getting really irritated low-key because recently my skin has been pretty dry. You know what I just hate though is that like right here in my T-zone is really oily, but then the rest of this is dry. So I'm just like, ugh, I have to use like, I literally use a separate foundation right here in the center of my face than I do for the rest of my face. And like, I literally use 2 different setting sprays too. Like I'll use the Until Dawn in my T-zone, block my nose, and then use my other hydrating like setting spray, and then the Charlotte Tilbury on top. It's a whole process because I'm just like, why is this so oily? Why is this so dry? It's irritating the hell out of me. Anyways, I'm rambling way too much. Let's go ahead and jump right on into this. Makeup, but I was gonna say makeup. Made by Mitchell is coming out with a new, y'all, you know what's so crazy? Speaking of Made by Mitchell, I saw that he broke like a TikTok record for the most like dollars sold within like a TikTok live. Like he made $1 million in sales on a TikTok live, which is like the record. I was like, damn, Made by Mitchell is really killing it over there. And it's so crazy because I actually have never tried anything from Made by Mitchell. His skin tint looked like something that I would actually really like, but then I was like, I don't want to just order one thing, you know. And I'm like, low-key over here in America, to my understanding, they don't sell it anywhere in stores, so I'm just kind of like, ugh. Anyways, he's coming out with new highlighters, which I do have to say they do look pretty, and I do like 2 mixed into one because obviously you can mix them together or you can use them separately. However, you guys know me and highlights. And on top of that too, I have to say, like, I've obviously seen his style of makeup and the whole UK style of makeup, and their highlighters to me in general are just like way too much, especially on aging skin. I just feel like it's going to emphasize every little bit of texture. And yes, this does look absolutely beautiful on the model. The packaging looks nice. I love that they're different colors. Like, it is really nice, but I'm just like, this is not going to work out for me. But yeah, so I'm going to have to pass on these Blursh Pressed Duo Highlighter palettes, which also, too, I have to say, too, like, from what I've seen, his pricing really seems pretty fair, which I definitely do like. You know what's so crazy, y'all? I still want to get my hands, I said this so long ago, I still want to get my hands on his little makeup cases. His makeup cases look really, really nice and good quality. So eventually, maybe I'll try a couple of his products because some things really do stand out. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. Well, you know what it is, if I'm keeping it real, I see like a lot of his like cream stuff, and I'm just kind of like, I wouldn't use like all of his cream blushes and stuff, and I wouldn't use his blush, that's what it's called. I'm just kind of like, I don't know. So other than that, I feel like his skin tint and then his brushes look nice, and then his makeup containers look nice. That's about it. Anyways, rambling as usual. Next up on the list, we have the Spice palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, I know I sound repetitive every month when it comes down to like eyeshadows and stuff, but I really just, I don't care, I'll die on this hill. I feel like I am kind of like getting over eyeshadow palettes. Like, it's just way too much. It's always just something. You know what I mean? It's kind of like maybe everyone should just kind of like take a little bit of a break from eyeshadow palettes. Not saying that this is ugly. I actually think this is a very beautiful color story. However, I legitimately have probably 10 palettes just like this. So that's why I'm just kind of like, would I need this? Absolutely not. But I always do feel the need to emphasize on this. If you guys don't have this color story, obviously this is something really nice. Like, dead ass, if I didn't have this color story, this is a beautiful color story. I really do like it. But obviously, my anti-haul is like a list of products that I'm not going to be purchasing, and why. It doesn't necessarily mean that I hate the brand. It doesn't mean that I hate the product. It's just kind of like, okay, this is the reason why I wouldn't purchase this. And the reason is that I have so many palettes just like this. And I feel like a lot of people, like, y'all, a lot of my homegirls don't wear a lot of makeup. There's literally probably only like one of them that wears a lot of makeup, you know, but even the ones that don't really wear a lot of makeup have several palettes just like this. So that's why I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, like, it's just one thing after another. And this little quad right here is $29. I said little quad, it's not a quad, it's a little 9-pan eyeshadow palette. For some reason, every single time that I look at these like little square palettes, I just always think it's a quad. So stupid, but quad means 4, obviously. Anyways, yes, so, you know, to go back on what I'm saying, I'm like, this is a pretty color story if you don't have this, but I just look at this from the standpoint of I have so many palettes that look just like this that I'm just kind of like, you know. But I guess maybe they just do it for the people who feel the need to, like, maybe like me with foundations. Like, honestly, y'all, the fact that I continuously buy new foundations, I'm obsessed with trying new foundations. Maybe people view that way about eyeshadows. And if you guys have been following me for a long time, back when I was doing all my makeup videos, I was obsessed with eyeshadow palettes. That was my number one passion when it came down to makeup. That's what got me into makeup, is because I saw the fun in it, the artistry in it. Like, it was all about the eyeshadow to me. But then obviously, as soon as the years went on and I'm like building up my makeup drawers, and I'm like, why do I have over 100 palettes? Like, this is absolutely insane. Why do I have so many eyeshadow palettes? It just doesn't make sense. I have every single type of finish, every single type of color, and it just doesn't make any sense. And now that I've gotten to that point, I'm like, it's going to take a lot for me to purchase an eyeshadow palette, and that definitely would not be it, just because I have so many just like it. Next up on the list, we have the Tatcha, the Kissu Lip Mask. This is like a new flavor, I guess. It's a pop of apricot. I can never say that damn word. Apricot. It just sounds weird coming out of my mouth, y'all. For the life of me, like when I was a kid, couldn't pronounce it and still can't pronounce it. Don't know why. Y'all know how I feel about lip mask. And yes, I know a lot of you guys in the comments always be talking about, you swear about your lip mask, but I've tried a couple of them. I tried the original Tatcha one, and I'm like, yes, it does feel nice while it's on the lips. It really does feel nice while it's on the lips. But then my whole point about it is like, as soon as it wears off on the lips, I don't feel hydration. Like, as soon as it wears off, I feel the need to put on more. And I would think that a lip mask would be like, okay, it's going to do some deep hydration to where I don't feel the need to like put it on all the time like a chapstick. Do you know what I mean? This is why I always go back to my little lip therapy from Vaseline. You guys know I swear by that. Like, I feel way more hydration with that than I have with any lip mask. Do you know what I mean? Like, what I'm saying is like permanently. Do you know what I mean? Not just in the moment, because yes, when I do wear a lip mask in the moment, it does feel more hydrating than my Vaseline. But then I'm just kind of like, after it wears off, I'm like, no. When my Vaseline wears off, I'm kind of like, oh, I don't feel the need to like, oh my God, I need my chapstick right away, as to wear it with a mask. I'm kind of like, why do I still need for hydration? And $29. 29. I know Touch is expensive, but absolutely not. Okay, I know this is not makeup, but I'm sorry. I had to throw this in there because I always see these damn hand sanitizers like everywhere I go. And I know they're like the bougie hand sanitizer, but I just had to talk about this because I kind of love that they are coming out with like holiday scents. Like they're coming out with a salted caramel, a peppermint mocha, a spiced pumpkin teeny. These are Touchin. I don't know if you guys have heard about them before, but they're $10 for 1 ounce. $10 for 1 ounce. I'm so sorry. I understand, like, oh, it's just catchy because, like, the way it sprays, it's like the bougie little hand sanitizer. But $10 for 1 ounce to me is absolutely insane, especially when you can get the Bath and Body Works is it 3 ounce? Damn, I thought I had one right here. I don't know how many ounces it is, but I think it's more than 1 ounce. And you can get them for super cheap from Bath and Body Works. So I'm kind of like, why would you do that? Also, too, I do have to say, they have a dupe of these Touchline ones at the Dollar Tree. I have yet to find them. I keep on looking for them. I saw them go viral on TikTok. And since then, I'm like, I cannot find them for the life of me. But I am curious to know how they are. Because they're only $1.25 for the same exact component and still 1 ounce. So I'm just kind of like, $10 to me seems insane. I'm sorry. I will never pay for that. Absolutely not. I just had to throw that on the list. Next up on the list, we have Westman Atelier. They're coming out with a new Vital Skincare Brightening Concealer with hyaluronic acid. This does sound nice, but then y'all know it's expensive. A precise buildable coverage concealer clinically shown to reduce the look of dark circles, featuring serum strength skincare to hydrate, visibly brighten, and soothe. Blurs the look of texture for a creaseless finish. That's a damn lie. Like, y'all, I'm starting to just realize every single thing that says creaseless, it's not true. Like, yes, some things do crease up faster than others. And I think that these brands that say, for example, take like 4 hours to crease, they're like, oh, it's crease proof. It's like, no, you're just, I would say crease resistant. I feel like that sounds better. Crease proof is not true. I'm starting to realize there's absolutely nothing on the market that is crease proof. It's crease resistant. That makes more sense because obviously it'll take a little bit more time to crease up, but it's still going to crease up. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, hyaluronic acid and peptides hydrate and firm while vital wake up complex visibly evens tone and diminishes dark circles over time. Sounds nice. Sounds lovely. $48. So yeah. You got me right there with a hail to the nah. $48. I'm so sorry. Like, I draw the line. I think I was like, for the longest time, putting off buying the Natasha Denona concealer because I was like, damn, that's just like $32 and like I don't get a discount on it. So I'm just kind of like, because I stay buying whatever I can get a discount on, you know, and I barely recently pulled the trigger on buying that one, but because I got a discount on it, do you know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like, no, this does sound nice and like the packaging looks cute and yeah, it has a lot of claims here. So I would like to try it, but I'm not spending $48 on a concealer. Absolutely not. And then we have the, speaking of expensive, we have the Glow Powder Gel Highlighters. I saw Jeffree Star actually do a review of these, which first of all, you already know that this would have been on my list, but then seeing his review, I was just like, oh yeah, we're doubling that on the anti-haul list because hail to the no, these shits look horrible. This is what they are. A powder gel highlighter powered by the glow light capturing technology. The formula is infused with a high concentration of thin pearls in a unique powder gel emollient texture for a light reflecting multi-dimensional glow finish. The illuminating powder melts onto the skin and enhances complexion radiance. So yeah, it sounds really nice, right? Obviously they use all these big words and stuff and it makes it sound like it's like, oh my gosh, this is really like revolutionary and it sounds like there's so much technology packed into this. No, absolutely not. I'm sorry. $59 for these. $59 and I just, yeah, no. As soon as I saw his review and saw him, and y'all was even actually watching while he was like on live doing the review of this, and I was like, no, that is giving absolutely nothing at all. So like, what's the point of that for $59? Yeah, I wouldn't spend $59 anyways. Y'all, I hate to put this on my list, but you guys know I just got to keep it real. You guys know that I'm always talking about HDash. HDash eyeshadows. I'm obsessed with HDash eyeshadows. I was going to say eyeliner because my homegirl is obsessed with his eyeliner. But I've only tried it like 2 times, but his eyeshadows. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with his eyeshadows. And for the longest time, I was like, oh, I think HDash is closed down. I think that he's like no longer in service. He's been out of stock of all of his products on his website for months and months and months and months with no type of update. I'll scroll onto his Instagram and be like, hey, like, what's the update here? Like, are you going to do a restock? What's going on here? Well, he finally did a restock on his website and he's coming out with new highlighters. These are the highlighters right here, and they're $40, which to me is still kind of pricey, but his eyeshadow palettes are pricey too. I want to say they were like $72, but I'm so sorry, y'all. Those palettes are my everything. I love them every single time I go to do any of my homegirls eyeshadow when I do my own. Those are my palettes. I really am obsessed with them. I feel like that formulation on them, I can't find anything like it, and I think that they are great. So I'm sure that these highlighters are great, but I just feel like me and highlighters, it's just a no. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't wear them on a daily basis. I don't use them very often, and I just feel like this is probably going to be a little bit more of an intense type of highlighter. They do look beautiful, but just a little bit too much for me. On top of that, too, $40. Also, I just want to say that I'm super happy that HDash is back, because I was like, oh my gosh, I want him to come out with more things, because I was obsessed with his eyeshadow palettes. I thought they were great. And I'm like, oh my god, he only came out with two. And then, like, yes, he came out with other products too, but then I feel like he only came out with two eyeshadow palettes and then dipped, you know? Anyways, last up on the list, okay? This one, it's so crazy because, like, I've heard, okay, well, no, actually during the pandemic, maybe is that when it stopped? I don't know. Recently I had asked two different Sephora's for a sample, and they told me that they couldn't give it. And I was gonna say, was it because of the pandemic? Which I don't think that would really make any sense, but I don't even know why I just correlated those two. But nonetheless, I've asked for samples 2 times now at Sephora of something, and they said no. So I was like, okay, don't know what's going on there. No, you know what I'm getting it confused with the pandemic? I guess you couldn't, like, swatch or touch anything. That's what it was. Totally separate thing. Anyways, y'all, I wish that they would do samples, because this foundation right here is kind of captivating to me. This is the new Patrick Star One Size Beauty Turn Up the Base Full Beat Foundation. Look, I know with Patrick Star, obviously it's going to be full coverage. Even his skin tint was extremely full coverage. So this is just not something that I'm going to like. The reason why I say it's captivating to me is because I have seen several reviews of this now on TikTok, and I'm kind of like, it does look extremely full coverage, but it doesn't look overly drying. So that's what makes me so curious about it, and I would like to actually, like, get a sample of it to try it out. But would I ever just purchase this off the bat? Absolutely not. It is $44, which, you know, is obviously a little bit more on the pricey side. I'm not going to say it's, like, extremely high pricing, because obviously there's Tom Ford and stuff like that out there that is like $90 something for a foundation. But I would obviously be scared of this, because y'all, it's like full coverage and super matte. So I'm just kind of like, oh, I don't know. This is what it says on Sephora: a long wear, waterproof, sweatproof foundation formulated with only 16 ingredients that give full coverage and a maximum comfort to visibly, or I said and maximum comfort to visibly blur and smooth without clogging pores. So yeah, just like obviously seeing like all of that, I'm just kind of like, ooh, sweatproof, waterproof sounds great, but then I'm just kind of like, it'll probably be a little bit too much for me. I am curious though, maybe I'll do like a swatch inside the store when I go to Sephora to see, but from the jump, I'm like, no, let me put that in the anti-haul, because I feel like it'll be too much coverage, and I feel like it'll be too matte for my liking. Anyways, that is it for this month's anti-haul. Make sure you guys let me know what you plan on not purchasing. Let me know if you guys try out the Patrick Star foundation. It does seem like people are kind of liking it so far, but also, y'all, like I told you guys before, when it comes down to TikTok and TikTok reviews, you will notice the first wave of products that come out, they're on the PR list. That's why they're doing them first, because they get them first, and they want to stay on that damn PR list. I am so sorry. So many people on TikTok will be like, I don't care if I get kicked off on the PR list. And it's like, you're a damn liar. You're literally just saying that. I feel like that's like reverse psychology. And you're just saying, I don't care if I get kicked off the PR list, but then you really do, because then you end up like, oh my gosh, it's like the best foundation I've ever tried. It's the most perfect thing ever. Oh my gosh, it doesn't even look matte, when it's like, girl, you look matte. Like, stop. You know what I mean? So that's where I just kind of get a little discouraged with these first wave of reviews. So make sure you guys let me know about that foundation, because you know what's so funny is that, you know, as I mentioned, I purchased the Patrick Ta foundation. The first wave of those reviews were nothing but amazing things, and now I'm starting to see some more real reviews of people being like, you know what, this does look nice, but it does not wear well. Do you know what I mean? You start seeing a little bit more real as soon as the real people get it, because the first wave of people to get all these products are on the PR list. They get sent out before the product even goes live. So I don't know. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.